Hello, hello. There we go. As I was saying, guys, here I am, ready to be playing some The Crimson Diamond by Julia Minamata, who I had on my show a couple years ago to interview her about this awesome game, which is quite the throwback to the old Sierra adventure games. I didn't get around to streaming the demos or anything, and I want to rectify that by actually playing through instead of just let me just turn down the volume on my end. The music is good, but it's a little on the loud side. Can't even hear myself. So hold on a second. There we go. So yeah, let's give this tutorial a try. I know. Welcome to the tutorial. My name's Nancy Maple. I'll be showing you some of the basics of playing a text parser adventure game. All the text prompts at the bottom of the screen to progress through the tutorial. When you first enter a room, it's useful to type, "Look." Hey, Tavia. Start typing on your keyboard as you normally would. Look. When you type "look" in a room, the game will describe important features. You see a cupboard and a green door. The game will also list other characters in the room. Jack is here. Type "Look Jack" to learn more about him. This is the Crimson Diamond, Tavia. A parser-based adventure game, which is a throwback to oh shoot, I just forgot what it was called now. Hold on. Oh, Laura Bow, the old Laura Bow adventure game from Sierra. I had its creator, Julia, on a couple of years ago. Well, it's meant to be. And believe it or not, it took her years to get this game going. So even though it looks old school, trying to emulate the old school style is much more pain in the butt nowadays. Look man or look person will work too if you're having trouble with names. Jack is a tall, lean man with a shiny bald head. He is Mr. Richards' employee and is in charge of the cooking, cleaning, gardening, and myriad other tasks that the lodge might require. He's weary, but still seems to be in decent spirit. Jack is somewhere in his 40s. And Jack is here to help with the tutorial. How do you do? Looking at characters at different points in the game may give you additional information. Try to talk to Jack and see what he has to say. Hello, Jack. My name is Nancy Maple. Nice to meet you, Nancy. You can ask me about the tutorial. Type, "Ask Jack about the tutorial." Sorry, miss, you can't ask me about the tutorial and what's about the tutorial room. Ask Jack. Oh, many years, dude. The default movement is click to walk, shown by the 2 footprint icon. The blue in the upper left corner of the icon indicates what the target spot is. Or you can use the arrow keys to move around the screen. You could also ask me about inventory. You can access your inventory by typing in INV or I into the text parser, or you can press Tab. The cursor will change to an eye icon. Clicking the eye on the items in your inventory to look at them. An issue of the tornado eye from a few weeks ago. Click on the gray Lope icon at the bottom of the inventory window to close the window. The cursor will become a Lope. You can examine some of your items more closely using the Lope. You admire the minute dots that comprise the newspaper's photograph of a round-cut diamond. The natural diamond described in the article would be an octahedron, not a faceted specimen. What an embarrassing inaccuracy. You can close the inventory window by pressing Tab, Escape, or Enter. You can also examine objects in a room using the Lope. Type "examine the cupboard" to learn more about it. The cupboard is made of a lovely fine grained wood, though it's seen better days. Most furniture won't be that interesting to examine. This is just an example. If you're not sure what to do next, you can check your notebook. Try Ask Jack About Notebook. The notebook can be helpful if you get stuck. It'll tell you what you need to do next to progress to the game. Be careful, if you simply follow the notebook's prompts, you might miss important details. The notebook will be displayed if you type Note or N. To flip through the notebook, yep. Oh, I agree Green Lantern was fantastic. Did not reach Spider Society. Thanks so much, Shag. You could also ask me about that cupboard over there. You can open the cupboard by typing, yeah. Sometimes there may be more than one cupboard, in which case you might have to walk close to the cupboard you want to open. You open it. Looks like something's in the cupboard. If you look cupboard, the game will tell you what's in there. If you look in cupboard, the game will tell you what's inside the cupboard. Search cupboard also works. A green hat. Look hat. That's my green hat. Try take hat. If you're ready to leave the tutorial, either use the arrow key or walk through the door, or click the feet icon. Until you leave, thanks for playing the tutorial. So yeah, that was the tutorial. But just remember, guys, I am now monetized. So if you wish to support me, either send a super chat or subscribe and become a member down below. Now let's get started, shall we? Crimson, Ontario, 1914. Ooh. Huh. Oh. The Royal Canadian Museum, Toronto, Ontario. Ha! There you are, Nancy. This is it, what we've been waiting for. Far up north, a fisherman found a massive diamond in the belly of a fish. This could be a real boon for our mineralogy exhibit. We need something better than those dilettantes over in geology. I want our exhibit to be the talk of the town. It's too bad that we can't spare anyone to head up to the middle of nowhere on such a long shot. You could spare me, but hey, let me go, Professor Plummer. It would be perfect. Everyone else is busy with the new exhibits, while I've just been learning the filing system. That could wait a day or two, couldn't it? I'm not usually in the habit of sending unsupervised young ladies into less civilized regions. But as luck would have it, the discovery was made near a lodge where I'm sure you could stay while you conduct your field work. You win, Nancy. Get on home, pack your bags, and catch the train up north. Hooray! Thanks so much, Professor. If you find something that can make a big splash in the museum, who knows? Maybe the university will finally accept you as a mineralogy student. Good luck, kiddo. I won't let you down. A few hours later. Here's my train. Now keep in mind, these aren't models. She had to draw every drawing here and then redraw it in pixelated style. This is it, my first time out of the city. I'm gonna make the most of this trip. I can't wait to see the rocks of Northern Ontario. Goodbye, big city. Hello, adventure. few hours later. Oh, excuse me, is this seat taken? Not at all. Please, have a seat. Thanks. My name is Kimi Kishiro. Where are you headed? Pleased to meet you. I'm Nancy Maple. I'm bound for a town called Crimson. Oh my, you've got some hours yet. I should know because that's where I'm going. I'm a clerk from the Royal Canadian Museum. My boss sent me to check out the diamond claim up there. I hadn't heard about that discovery. Then again, I don't pay much attention to the news. It's a very strange story. Up by Crimson, a fish swallowed a huge diamond. A fisherman caught it, sliced it open, and there it was, this spectacular sparkling gem. Can you imagine? I jumped at the chance to investigate. This is my first time out of the city. I couldn't be more excited. And where will you be staying when we get to Crimson? A place called Crimson Lodge. Ah, I'm staying at Crimson Lodge. I'm a bird watcher. I heard there are nesting colonies of cormorants up there. That's what I want to see. And I wouldn't mind seeing the 500 locks while I'm in the area. I'd love to see the big ships up there. Wonderful. We could be traveling companions. I'd very much like that. You and Kimmy chat amicably for a while. As the day wears on, the rhythm of the train moving over the track and the monotony of the scenery lulls you into a deep sleep. The conductor announced, "Crimson, let's stop!" Nancy, it's time to go. Thanks. Nice, dude, nice. Oh no, where's my luggage? It's not here. There's no luggage left at all. My field kit's in there. What am I going to do? The train will be leaving soon. Nancy, we have to leave now. Ah! Oh, I had no idea anyone else was still on the train. Hello there. Hello. I didn't notice you on the train. Isn't that funny? Not really. I was in the first class car. I'm here to see the nesting cormorant. Is that why you're here? Cormorant? Is that a type of rodent? Excuse me, folks, but I was sent to pick up just one person from the station tonight, Mr. Albert Respa, a European fellow, expert mineralogist on assignment, hired by the federal government on loan from Antwerp. I wasn't told he'd be bringing any secretaries, wives, girlfriends. I'm sorry for the confusion, sir. Jack. I'm sorry for the confusion, Jack, but we don't know this man at all. My name is Nancy Maple. My friend here is Kimi Kishiro. I was sent from the Royal Canadian Museum to investigate the diamond claim up by Crimson Lodge, and I'm here to see the nesting cormorants. We're both here to stay at the lodge and go about our business. Do you know which way it is from here? I surely know where it is because that's where I drove from. But I'm sorry to tell you, ladies, the lodge has been closed to the public for months. You didn't hear? My boss, Mr. Richards, he's getting on. He's done with the lodging business. All he wants is peace and quiet. But then this whole diamond fiasco starts up. Folks are all up in arms. He's not pleased at all, I can tell you. This gentleman is here on the government's orders. Mr. Richard can't do much about that. But you two... Well, that's unfortunate. But you only have yourself to blame for being uninformed. Let's be off, Jack. Good evening, ladies. What a dick! The thing is, ain't no one coming by here at this time of night, and the nearest accommodation is the lodge, which is a few hours away by automobile even still. Look here, I'll drive you ladies up to the lodge for the night. Tomorrow morning, I'll bring you back here so you can catch the train. As it is, Mr. Richard is going to be peeved about housing unexpected guests. I mean, even more than he already is. His sister comes up from the city to stake her claim, and she brought a lawyer to boot. and bridle on. Come along now. Oh, humph. Sure. I'll get those for ya. Sir, your trunks arrived a few days ago. Boy, they sure was heavy. Of course, yes. Of course. My, it sure gets dark here at night. Hey, lucky for you, I made this trip many times. Used to be folks would come here in the summers for recreation. And before my time, settlers came to this area in hopes of building lives for themselves. But once the mines were used up, there wasn't not much reason for them to stay. The soil ain't that good. Have you seen any cormorants? I'm hoping to see some. Yeah, they nest up on the cliffside. Stay away though. They don't like being disturbed, particularly during nesting season, which happens to be right now. So if you're so wild about birds, I'd let them alone. You do more harm than good. Besides, tomorrow morning I'll be taking you right back to the train station. You won't have any time to go looking for them. Have any other diamonds been found around the lodge? And first of all, no way to know if that rock even came from around here. I lived in this area for years and I'd never seen any diamonds, so I know for a fact that it don't come from any of these parts. They say that the man cut it out of the belly of a fish. That diamond could have come from anywhere upstream. You folks are wasting your time, sorry to say. Who cares about shiny rocks anyway? No use to anybody. We'll see about that. Your travel-weary companions resist your attempts at chit-chat. It seems like Kimmy and Albert have fallen asleep, although in the most complete darkness, it's hard to tell. It's impossible for Jack to hear you from the back seat above the cacophony of the engine and the automobile rattling over the rough country road. You decided it'd be best not to distract him anyway. Here we are! Wow, it's spectacular! You know what? I almost don't mind having more bodies in the lodge. Feels not so empty. Feels like old times. Make yourself at home while you're here. Thanks, Jack. Welcome to Crimson Lodge. I'm going to my room. Miss Kishiro, Miss Maple, your bedroom is upstairs at the end of the hall on the right. The bedroom across the hall from you, that's Mr. Richard's suite. Try to keep quiet and stay out of his way, won't you? He shares the suite with Margaret. She's his lady friend. I'm in the bedroom right next to yours, along with Mr. Shaw. Albert demanded the use of my bedroom, so that's where he is. Don't know why he was so insistent, but the customer's always right, eh? Nah, I'm not sure if she'd be up for it, especially when it's going to be a text parser. It'll drive her nuts. That's the smallest bedroom and wasn't really meant for gas. Nessa's room is across the hall from Albert. I'd stay away from her if I was you. After I get this luggage upstairs, I'm going to start up some supper. Wouldn't do to have you all starve, eh? Why don't you explore the lodge a little? Talk to the other folks. Most important, stay out of my hair. I'm a busy man. Not literally, of course. Oh, and if you want a shower tonight, use the upstairs bathroom near the stairs. It's very pink. You can't miss it. Wonder if Nat's still here. How many places do I gotta set at the table tonight? You and Kimmy head upstairs to your bedroom. You don't have any luggage to unpack, but you hang your hat and coat on the footboard of your bed and consider yourself settled in. Chapter 1. Introductions. To move Nancy, you can click the... Yep, we already went over that. Seeing as I lost my luggage, I don't have much to amuse myself with before dinner. Perhaps if I take a look around, time will pass a bit faster. The game has autosaved, and I'm going to manually save. I've never been to a place like this before. I'm excited to explore, and I love meeting new people. Yes, you are the inquisitive type, aren't you? Jack did invite you to introduce yourself to everyone after all. It's only polite. I most certainly am. Would you like to join me? No thanks, Nancy. I'm exhausted. That bumpy road from the train station has left me a bit frazzled. I'm looking forward to some peace and quiet before dinner. I could take a hint. I'll leave you be. Oh, one more thing. While you were asleep, Jack mentioned some old lodge brochures stored in the Kuro cabinet drawer. They were meant for guests back when the lodge was used as an inn. Even though we may not stay long, he said we're welcome to take them as keepsakes. Thanks, Kibby. Page 8 for help. Let's go take a shower, because I know what we're going to get a reference to. I think. I think some privacy would be nice. Game has autosaved. It's difficult to take a shower when there's no water on. Turn on shower. You pull the shower bell. Now this will be a reference to Laura Bow. Uh-oh! Oh! Wait, 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 wait. Are you psycho? You should be more careful. Thanks for playing. Bit of privacy would be nice. None of the titles catch your eyes. Hmm? So what are we gonna do about this? What are we gonna do about it? We aren't gonna do anything. I'm gonna stay out of everyone's way and wait for all this to blow over. But what if they find... Shh, listen, if you want to talk, we do it privately. Later, meet me in the study after dinner. Hello, Jack. How you doing? You need a hand? Nah, I've got everything under control here. You go on, talk with the other folks. The conservatory, the studying room. A husky older man and a tall, broad man. Hello, my name's Nancy Maple. I'm a mineralogist on assignment from the Royal Canadian Museum. I'm Evan Richard. Look, like you and your friend could stay the night, but tomorrow morning, Jack will put you on a train back to the city. But my boss set me up here on behalf of the Royal Canadian Museum. I'm a meteorologist. I've got too much on my plate as it is. Both with my sister and that lawyer of hers, and one mineralogist is already one too many. Aw. Hello, my name is Nancy Mabel. How do you do? Hello, Miss Mabel. I'm well, thank you. My name is Nathan Cardinal, a family friend of Evan's. How do you know him? Oh, I don't actually know him, Mr. Richards, at all. The Royal Canadian Museum sent me here on assignment. I'm to survey the land and find out if there's any diamonds here. A discovery like that would surely make a splash when the museum opens to the public. You're wasting your time. I'm sorry to say, my family has lived here in the area for many, many years and have never found diamonds here. Small red garnets are still plentiful, but of little value. Oh, that's all I get? The desk is locked. Of course it is. You close it. You're talking about what happened just today? Of course it's locked. Hello, Mr. Respa. How are you settling in? What do you mean what happened today? Please, miss. I'm busy at the moment and can't chat. Fine. Bit of a mess. Well, then ended up getting stuck then, Tavia, so she quit. She was basically like, I give up. Oh, someone in here? We only just arrived, but I can't wait to leave. I always hated this place. We'll get this whole affair straightened out and be gone in no time. Of course, locating the will would expedite her departure. I told you, I don't even know where the will, if there is a will here. That does complicate things, yes? Well, you do your job and I'll do mine. Good evening. My name is Nancy Maple. It's nice to meet you. I'm Nessa Crab, Evan's older sister. What on earth are you doing here? Are you another one of Evan's gold-digging girlfriends? Not at all, but I am the diamond-digging mineralogist. At least I hope to be. The government has sent a professional to handle that. Stay out of his way. Hello, how do you do? My name is Nancy Maple. Hello, Miss Maple. My name is Corvus Shaw. I'm Miss Nessa Crab's, nee Richard's lawyer. She is Evan's older sister. He gestures to the woman seated on the sofa. I'm here to advise her on the legal implications of the situation. My goodness, it's dark as anything out there. I have no idea I need to go out there this way. I'm just winging it here. Okay, go that way then. Oh. That's locked. I talked to him. I did see the trailer. I'll say it's got me more interested than it did before. Hey, Steph, how's it going? I got a hint book, huh? The parlor, huh? Not too bad, not too bad at all. Just playing this game that just released, the Crimson Diamond. It's a throwback to the old Sierra parser game. What did you just start? Hey, don't leave me hanging. What did you just start? Nice! Very nice. I may do that once the final collection comes out, which is the Edgar one. Once that one is out, then I'll do it. Nice. Oh, come on. That's nice. Hey, yeah, I hope you do have a happy early birthday, Tavia. Or very, very young birthday. Ah, here we go. Let's see if I can do it here. Nope. Hello there. It's nice to meet you. My name is Nancy Maple. A pleasure to meet you, mademoiselle. I'm Margot. Welcome to the Crimson Lodge. How long will you be staying with us? I'm only here tonight, unfortunately. I was sent here by the Royal Canadian Museum on assignment, but Jack says I'm due to leave on the train tomorrow, according to Mr. Richards' wishes. I see. I'm sorry we won't get to know each other better. Okay, that's all. Your Jack called supper. It's time to head to the dining room. Hold on, I want you to see something, Steph. Hold on a second. Watch this. Watch this. Oh. Just wanted you to see that. My goodness, what a lot of company we have here tonight. This is giving me indigestion. This food is giving me indigestion. You're welcome to leave. In fact, please do. Ha! You'd like that, wouldn't you? I'm not going anywhere until we find out if this diamond came from this land. And if it did, then you better believe me, I'm getting my share. That's what you think. Yes, that's what we think. That's what I'm here to ensure. Hey, you, how long is that going to take? Well, I will begin my field work tomorrow morning. Crimson used to be a garnet mining town, yes? Yes? But forget about visiting the mines. They blasted a mine entrances shut years ago when they closed it down. Unless the fish had a pickaxe, broke into the mine, swallowed a diamond, and dove back into the river? Yes, I see. I've never even been there. Couldn't tell you where it is. Mr. Richard gets a sour look on his face and digs back into his meal. It looks like he's done with his conversation. Marga, what a lovely necklace you're wearing. Thank you, mademoiselle. Monsieur Richards, he gave it to me. I am very fond of it. A cheap trinket, misshapen paste gem in a cheap setting. It's a white garnet, not glass. My Evan, he found it here in crimson. Didn't you, mon cher? Never mind, Margot. No one wants to hear about that. My sapphire brooch. Now this is a real piece of jewelry. Bought it myself. Well, I think they're both quite nice. Nathan, I read in the newspaper that most of the land up here was once parceled out of the settlers. Is that how this plot became property of Mr. Richard's father? About 50 years ago, this land was annexed by the government. Various treaties were signed in exchange for preservation of our hunting and fishing rights and financial compensation. The promises described in those treaties were not honored, by the way. Settlers caved, mines were dug, and Crimson was prosperous for a time, but eventually the mines were exhausted. Most settlers abandoned their homestead and Crimson became a ghost town. Only Mr. Rich and his family remained. Yeah, we liked the peace and quiet. We liked it. I always hated it here. I sure do miss peace and quiet. Nessa and Corbus are the first to excuse themselves from the table. They head to the bar for a nightcap. Albert follows them for a sniffer of brandy and one of his cigars. Jack clears away the dishes and goes to the kitchen to wash up. After eating a minuscule portion of supper, Margot heads upstairs to draw a bath. Kimmy heads upstairs to get ready for bed. Nathan and Evan remains on the table, lingering over for their dessert. The candles have burned down a fair bit over the course of the evening, leaving small puddles of wax solidifying the tablecloth. Well, that was a lovely meal. Yeah, Jack does a good job. Usually I wait for Jack to come clear the dishes so I can put off getting up. Looks like he's taking longer than usual to clear up. What was all the extra guests? I feel a little responsible for Jack's extra workload. Might I ought to give him a hand? He'd appreciate that. About time someone made themselves useful around here. Oh, picking up all the wax. You scratch all the candle wax drippings off the candlestick and tablecloths with your fingernails. Well done. Thanks for the nice dinner, Mr. Richards. Didn't you have enough chatter at dinner, girl? I hear voices next door. I wonder what they're talking about. Listen. Oh, okay, then I'll head out here. Listen. The whiskey's not bad, surprising. It isn't the worst whiskey I've ever drunk. It's far from the best. My wife Gabrielle is teetotal. No fun at all. Sounds like a barrel of laughs. You said she's a teacher? Yes, she loves the little tots with their sticky fingers. Humph! I was basically Evan's mother while we were growing up. I hated kids ever since. He was such a chubby little whiner. He loved Crimson. Then again, he didn't know any better. Whereas I remembered our real home back in England, Crimson couldn't compare. Have you any children, Albert? Certainly not. So, do you say there are real diamonds here? It would be very profitable venture for everyone involved. How soon will you know? I cannot say, madam. Tomorrow morning I will begin my field work. My superiors wish me to be thorough. I may be here a while. Well, I hope you know sooner rather than later. I never liked this place, and now I have to watch that harlot fawn all over Evan. It sickens me watching him get so easily manipulated by her. Then again, he's never been very bright. Good night, madam, Mr. Shaw. Good evening, Mrs. Crab. I'm trying to enjoy my drink, Miss Maple. And I'm having a conversation with the Shaw. Leave us be. Excuse me. Hi, Kimmy. Sorry, Nancy. I'm engrossed in a book about double-crested cormorants. Darn it. Oop. Hello, Margot. Bonsoir and bonsoir, mademoiselle. Would you care to join me? Maybe if we were both a little younger. Oh, is that so? Absolutely, but at this current water level and our current size, the water was overflow for sure. Ah, but of course. Oh, that's what she meant. They do points? No, they don't. See you, Steph. Have a good one. You stealthily slip behind the tapestry. Look, I don't know what else to tell you. My father and your father had an agreement. That doesn't change anything. But what if they find diamonds? What happens to the agreement then? No one's found any diamonds here. Nothing changes. We'll see what we can do about the nosy Belgian. And Margot? How many times do we have to go over it? She's my gal, right? But a promise is a promise. When I'm gone, this land goes back to you and your family. Simple as that. We've been promised many times and many things in the past. None of them came to pass. A promise is a promise. We'll see. What about your sister, Nessa? Yeah, that's a complication. I'll figure something out. Just don't do anything rash. Got it? I'm deeply concerned. Yeah. Get on out of here, why don't ya? I'll be seeing you, Evan. Uh-huh. Oh, so they're on good terms. They're nothing bad, just, yeah. You help Jack with the dishes. Thanks, miss. Lot more dishes than usual. Happy to help. Now I gotta go see Mrs. Crab and Mr. Shaw in the bar. Have to make sure they don't drink us dry. And of course, I need to get Mr. Richards his hot and toady. He likes a soothing drink before bed. And I don't want to keep Margot waiting. Forget about that last one, won't ya? Oh dear. Father's will have to be around here somewhere. Things would be so much easier if we could just find it. And if the will can't be found, we might have to proceed as planned. Take our chances. That little gold-digging hussy complicates things, but I'm dealing with her in my own way. We'll talk about that another time. Good night, Mr. Shaw. Good night, madam. Oh, dear. I need that glass for later, trust me. Whee! Mm-hmm. I bought at all this. Had nothing to do with me. Glad you like it, though. With the help of a drink glass, you can hear a conversation. Let's have a look. Oh, Monsieur, you are wonderfully helpful. I cannot thank you enough. I do what I can. Mon Dieu. Sorry about that, but you know we gotta go slow. The pamphlet says so, right? It does. More's the pity, but I think it's working. Here's some muffled cries. Shh, you gotta keep it down, especially tonight. So many ears around. You are right, of course. This must remain our secret. The voices go silent for a while. All right, think we're done. I gotta skedaddle before Mr. Richard finishes his drink and comes to bed. Of course, of course. Merci, Jack. Your days and nights are so very long. You got that right. I'm not done yet. Having all these folks in the lodge, I gotta work that much harder. I'm sure they'll be gone soon. Everything will be back to normal. I hope so. Bonnie not, and Jack. Good night. Your birthday's coming towards the door. Uh-oh. Well done. What a long and intriguing night this has been. Excellent job. Kudos to your thorough investigative technique. I'm exhausted. What an interesting place this is. Too bad Kimmy and I have to leave on the train tomorrow. Later that night. What the? Excursions. Okay, Nancy, I'm all ready. Let's go. I wish we could stay here longer. Such an interesting old place and such intriguing folks. I know what you mean. I can see that you need a minute. I'll meet you at the front door. Thanks, Kimmy. I don't trust Kimmy. What a peculiar place. Because I get the feeling that maybe your government doesn't want diamonds to be found in Canada. Market competition. So why don't you just get on the train back to Toronto this morning, enjoy the city, and write your report from the comfort of a ritzy hotel? My treat. What do you say? Mr. Richards, I'm appalled at your suggestion. Your man Jack will bring me back to the lodge, else you can expect a visit from the authorities. Fine, but I doubt your bosses will care if your visit is less than hospitable. I got my eye on you, Albert. Phew, that was a close one. I think they're both gone downstairs by now. Evan spends most of his time in the study. It's almost impossible for me to look for the will. I'm sure it'll be there in there, if it exists at all, of course. Evan is such a lazy good-for-nothing. Odds are he never wrote one. And if he won't get to, I think Evan will have his hands full soon enough. Then I'll get a chance to search the study. Indeed, and I'll get started on Plan B. It's so lovely out here. Never seen a sight. The lush greenland and spreads out in all directions, rambling up and down. You can hear a swift river nearby and bird calls. The air smells fresh and new. Nope, no one over here. No one over there. Nancy, ready to go now? Yes, I think so. You and Kimmy follow the dirt path to the carriage house. You find yourself falling behind as you marvel at your surroundings. The first time you're seeing the grounds of the lodge in daylight. You're surrounded by greens of every shade. The trees are taller than most buildings back home. They stand densely in countless numbers as far as your eye can see, swaying slightly in the breeze. As you near the carriage house, you can hear the distant roar of a waterfall. The land feels alive. There you are. Come on now. We gotta make this train. Right. Let's go. Jack drives you and Kimmy back to the train station. The car ride seems a lot shorter this time. Maybe because you could see your surroundings. Wait here. I'm gonna check the telegraph machine in the station. You wait in silence. Early morning in a deserted town is so quiet it nearly makes your ears ring. Did you just hear Jack gasp? Jack's taking quite a long time in there. I'm gonna check on him. Whoa, hey, I told you to wait outside. Jack looks agitated. He stuffs a strip of telegraph paper tape into his pocket. What's wrong, Jack? We're going back to the lodge. Bridge is out. Don't know how long. Oh, dear. Oh, by the way, any of you folks know someone named Carl? No? Never mind. Why do you ask, Jack? Telegraph in the station for him. It was printed off the machine after my message, so I cut it and pinned it to the board inside. That's how messages get passed on to people in this area. It's a decent system. Well, I'm going to send a message to my superiors. Wait here. What happened to the bridge, Jack? An accident. The train can't get to Crimson. Looks like we're stuck with you. For now. Jack looks over at Kim. Looks like you got your wish, eh? But look, like I said before, leave the cormorants alone. Kimmy flushes, but keeps quiet. You stand in tense, awkward silence until Albert reappears in the train station's doorway. I'm ready. Let's be off. The journey back to the lodge is so rushed and bumpy, there are times where you're afraid you'll bounce right out of the automobile. It's far too noisy to even attempt conversation. Albert leans back in his seat, impassive. Kimmy, whom you come to believe was a kind and quiet sort, looks pretty nervous and maybe even a little angry. Jack is mostly silent, white knuckle hands wrapped around the steering wheel. You realize you don't really know any of these people. I can't let myself be distracted. I have a job to do. When I get back to the lodge, I'm going to start my field work. It's been a long morning. I'm going to put the kettle to boil if any of you want some tea. You hear Jack mutter something under his breath about needing to see Evan. After I fetch my field kit and change into my field clothes, I'll be commencing my field work. Please do not disturb me. I'm going out to get a breath of fresh air. Well, I guess I have my work cut out for me. I still wonder what happened with my kit on the train. Well, I certainly can't dwell on that. To obtain samples, I'll need a few basic tools. A geologist's pick or something similar and similarly sharp and strong. A hammer that, when used with the pick, will help me chip off samples of rock. A small shovel to dig up into the riverbed. And a streak plate to test the hardness of the minerals I find. Something made of porcelain would do the trick. I think Jack mentioned that cormorants like to nest on cliff faces. That might be a good place to get a sample. I should also check on Albert's field work. Maybe I could learn a few things. Oh, I hope I can finally do a bit of digging. Literally. This the help? Yep. And so it's a problem. Could things get any worse? Who could have done it? Who could it be capable? Don't know. Burn the tape. Tell no one. Keep an eye out. You got it. You wait a little longer, anxious for more details. It was straining to hear more of the conversation. What could have Jack learned from the telegraph tape? You're so deep in thought that you fail to hear the footsteps approaching the door. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Loitering outside doors? Get! Eek, sorry! You carefully pick up the telegraph tape. Most of the telegraph tape's been consumed by fire, but you can barely make out some words. Bridge, bomb, sabotage, await. Despite your careful handling of the telegraph tape, it crumbles into ash. Uh-oh. I'll be right back. Just heading to the bathroom. I'm back. Sorry about that. And you gotta go, you gotta go. You know how it is. Just 1 second, just checking one thing. Just a moment, everyone. Sorry, just give me a moment. All right, let's get back to it, shall we? All right, let's talk to Jack a little. Hey, Jack, you look a little bothered. Anything I can help you with? Never you mind, miss. If you want to busy yourself, I've been missing my ice pick for the last week. I don't need it right now, but it's been on my mind, you know? I think this plate is porcelain. Maybe I could use it as a streak plate. I should take a look at it and see. Now that I think of it, the unglazed underside of this porcelain plate would make a great streak plate. Streak plates are used for ascertaining a mineral's streak color, but any minerals harder than 6.5 or 7 won't make a streak. I can rub samples on the plate to see their color. The streak plate has a mole hardness of 6.5. The icebox is the mainstay of any well-equipped kitchen. It contains the cool foods. There's a puddle of water beneath the icebox. Oh dear, looks like the ice is melting and leaking out of the icebox. You take the kettle, but you resolve not to leave the kitchen with it. You can imagine someone just walking away. You can't imagine someone just walking away with your kettle. You open it. The icebox is melted a bit. There's now a puddle on the floor. Oh dear, I guess the icebox is a bit leaky. The icebox is melted, running a bit more transparent. There seems to be something frozen inside. You eagerly pour some hot water into the ice block. Aha, some of the ice melted away, revealing a wooden handle. Well done. And after a few tugs, you're able to pull the wooden handle out of the ice block. The rest of the tool is pointy and made of metal. Hooray! Looks like I found an ice pick. Jack must have left the ice pick on top of the ice block, and when the ice melted and refroze, it gradually got swallowed up. Oh, you close the icebox. Ice is expensive and surely hard to come by in these parts. You return the kettle to the stove stop. You open the door leading out of the kitchen. Oh, cellar's locked, huh? Hey, hey, anything to help, dude. Don't get any funny ideas, Nancy. Besides, you doubt you could pull it out. You open the door to the shed. Terrific. Now I can dig the riverbank for specimen. Just a sec, just a sec. I don't think so. Not all games, not all of them would need that reference. The Psycho reference was done purely because Laura Bow did that once in their game. So, and since it is a nod to Laura Bow, it makes sense for her to do it here. Now let's go get some digging. Oh yeah, dude, it's a well-known Easter egg. Just a second again. So now I get to look around the whole place. Oh, I love this, how it goes transparent so we can see around the building. You dig a lump of dirt out of the riverbank. You're surprised at how deep you have to dig before you find minerals of any kind. You take advantage of the handy dandy river and wash the dirt away from your sample. Wonderful! Looks like I've obtained a good sample from the riverbank. I still need to collect 2 more samples from outside the lodge. A nice sturdy hammer is always welcome in a geologist kit. And I should try to find something that will do that trick. A rotten log is full of moss and gross bugs, and a little metal whistle. You take the duck cup from the rotten log. Well done. Well done. You put the duck call to your lips and blow. A duck? Where? Well done. I gotta get the hammer. All right. Good morning, Mr. Respa. How are you today? I'm very busy, Miss Maple. Miss Maple, I'm very busy, as you can see. The field work must be comprehensively performed. Well, maybe that boulder isn't a good place to start. Looks to be a glacial erratic and... Excuse me, young lady. Are you trying to tell me my business? How amusing. Run along, then. Maybe you can help Jack in the kitchen. Good morning, Mr. Respa. How are you today? I'm very busy, Miss Maple. Oh. Excuse me? I was curious about your professional interest in this glacial erratic. This rock is granite, which is the type of intrusive igneous rock, but not the appropriate type. Will you please leave me alone? Granite has a high quartz content, whereas diamond are found in ultra basic rock that is low in quartz. What will make you stop? Furthermore, granite and diamonds don't even come from the same depths of the earth. Listen, Miss Nancy Maple, Mr. Respa. Yes, Miss Maple. I have had just about enough of your help. I'm returning to the lodge to get out of this sun. When I return to my work, you will not interrupt me. Do I make myself clear? Okay, Mr. Respa. I should take advantage of Albert's absence and study that fascinating boulder. I gotta find the hammer somewhere. Okay, see you, Tavia. You're too curious. Where do I find the diamond? I mean, the hammer, the hammer. Let's see if there's anything in here. Nope, a lot of salt. Oh, I better be careful not to stray too close to that raging river. Ah! Bye bye. Bye bye. I better not get too close to that raging river. I can't believe yet my mission's not accomplished. Oh, there's the hammer. Finally. Oh, there she goes again. Hey, remember, everyone, if you want, and maybe you want to subscribe or help out, send a tip or become a member. You chip a sample out of the clip using the ice pick and the hammer. Hooray! Looks like I've obtained a good clip sample. I still need to click one more sample from outside the lodge. Well, I know where to go for that. Uh-oh, where did Albert's kit go? You chip a sample of the glacial erratic using the ice pick and the hammer. It's essential to make my fieldwork comprehensive and include anything geologically interesting, even if it doesn't apply to my goal. Maybe one day someone will be conducting fieldwork on glacial erratics, in which case my observation would be vital. Oh, I should ask Albert about quickly borrowing a tool or two from his kit. The tool would help so much, and I put him right back. I should go ask him permission. First, what the? Oh. The label sports a skull and a crossbone. Thanks to your elope, you can read danger. Contains arsenic. Do not eat. Helps you separate the rocks from the possible mineral. Rocks are a combination of more than one mineral, so it's easy for me to remove those from this sample by visual inspection. I've also removed the red stones from the sample as those are clearly garnets and not deceptive of this field work. You've widened down your reverse sample by eye. Well done. There, now I can analyze the sample using other methods. At first glance, it's clear that the cliff sample is in igneous rock. This is consistent with what you expect from an area known for garnets. The cliff sample boasts a variety of fine specimens. It's poked with red and white stones. My, I can see why this area was so good for garnet mining. You look at a glacial sample. You took it for granite, and indeed it is. Before I rub the river sample on the streak plate, I should examine with my lupe first. Oh, I should ask Albert about borrowing a tool or two from his kit. The tools help me so much and I put him right back. I should go ask him. Say, Mr. Respa, may I borrow a tool or two from your kit? I promise to put them right back once I'm done with them.
Certainly not. I've had enough of a break. I'm returning back to work now.
Albert abruptly turns on his heel and makes for the door. Albert is gone for a while. You're about to leave the kitchen when you hear heavy steps once more.
My field kit's gone. Did you do this, Jack?
No, I surely didn't.
Where is it? Mr. Richard will hear of this.
Who knows? Could be a bear carried it off. You can't be leaving stuff outside unattended. I don't think Mr. Richard cares much about your problems.
Why don't you just sit tight until the bridge is repaired?
Then you can get out of here and never come back.
My superiors will send me a replacement kit. Take me to the train station immediately.
Can't. Car's broken. Darnest thing. I put it in the carriage house and the part broke right off. I haven't got a replacement. Nathan's got a car and spare parts, only he's not around, you know. So please, go make yourself a drink and enjoy some of our northern hospitalities. Albert glares and says nothing. I'm nearly finished my work for the day, but I really ought to rub the samples on my streak plate. Okay. Closely examining the river sample with the lope, you can see that some of the spots have tiny arcing scratches and a pitted frosted surface. Some of this is river glass, so I can eliminate those specimens from the sample. River glass and sea glass are bits of glass that have been tumbled with water and stone for years. It can sometimes look like minerals. The river sample requires a different analysis in order for you to learn more. Before I call it a day, I get that. Under close inspection, you can see the cliff sample is coarse granite and grained, leading you to conclude it's an intrusive igneous rock. Diamond is an intrusive igneous rock, meaning that they form below the Earth's surface where they had time to form into larger crystals. It's possible that this area could be geologically suitable for diamonds. Closely examine the erratic sample with the lupe. You could definitely conclude that it is granite. Well done. You rub the sample from the glacial erratic on the streak plate, but no streak is produced. This sample is granite, which is a Mohs hardness of 7, so I'm not surprised that it didn't make a streak on the plate. You rub the specimens from the river sample on the streak plate. One of the specimens produces a white streak. The streak plate probably has a Mohs hardness of 6.5. So this specimen is softer than that. Since diamond have a Mohs hardness of 10, I can conclude that this part of the specimen is not a diamond. The remaining specimens from the sample don't make any streaks on the streak plate. When a specimen doesn't make a streak, this is sometimes called a colorless streak. The streak plate has a Mohs hardness of 6.5 to 7. That means the minerals in this specimen are harder than that. The garnets can have a hardness of up to 7.5, and diamonds have a Mohs hardness of 10, so they wouldn't make a streak. I wonder if Albert will let me borrow one of his Mohs hardness picks so I can test the remaining bits of my river bit. Wonderful, I'm satisfied with my fieldwork. Wait, what? I didn't rub the other one. Your stomach rumbles. It's dinner time. Proceed to the dining room when you're ready to eat. It's too awkward to run against. That's okay. It's a nice sample and a good piece of field work. Wow, I've certainly worked up an appetite. Jack has prepared a delicious dinner of salted pork and buttered parsnips. Margaret hasn't come down for dinner. Evan said she's not feeling well. Excellent job. Kudos on your thorough investigative technique.
So, Albert, I heard your field kit's gone missing. Too bad.
Albert narrows his eyes.
Mr. Richards, you must realize this is merely a delay. Nothing more.
See, I don't know about that. There's a war on. Canada might have bigger fish to fry soon enough.
I got a feeling all this could get forgotten about. Well, I won't have my possessions stolen. Surely the lodge has a way to secure valuables.
Yeah, sure. There are 2 trunks in the upstairs closet. Jack's got keys. I've only got a key for the blue trunk. You can lock up your stuff in there.
That will have to do. And if something goes missing, there'll be no mistaking who's to blame. And what about the automobile? Has it been fixed yet?
Jack and I have looked into the automobile. I don't have the part with me, but I will bring it to the next time I visit.
I suppose that will have to do. I don't care, one way or the other.
Everyone seems eager to escape the dinner table. Phew, these dinners are pretty tense. You follow Jack into the kitchen and help him with the dishes.
Gee, say, miss, can you do me a favor? Take this bowl of broth up to Margot. She's still not feeling well. She's in her boy jar. She says being surrounded by beautiful things makes her feel better.
Sure thing, Jack. My joint thing from time to time. It's gotten worse lately. Is it probably allergies? Yes. I'm afraid I do not know what my allergies might be. Whatever it is, it's gotten particularly bad in the past week or so. I do not like garlic, so Jack doesn't serve it to me, but it isn't an allergy merely a preference. My Evan, he is deathly allergic to nuts. He tells me, that frightens me. Whatever would we do if he accidentally ate some up here in Crimson? There'd be no helping him. Even as a small boy, he had this allergy. I am so grateful his parents kept him safe and healthy. And yet, Nessa brings those Jordan almonds into our house. It's an act of evil, isn't it?
Darn it.
Good evening, Nessa. You are constantly underfoot, Nancy. I came up here for some peace and quiet. Although the Jordan almonds come in an array of pleasing pastels, they are producing white streaks on the plate. That wasn't geologically relevant, but it sure was fun. Marco, Jack made some broth for you. Oh, he is so wonderful. Please set it down on the table. Oh, looks like someone's coming. You're about to move from behind the screen when you hear footsteps in the master bedroom. Nessa, what do you want? Jack asked me to bring this water up to you. And I thought we could have a little chat besides. I knew there was a catch. I know how hard it is for us women to make it in the world. Is that so? Indeed, especially for women who have lived particularly roughly, such as yourself. What do you mean? I have a very good memory for faces, and there's no mistaking one as pretty as yours. That bad bit of business up in Skagway, the Mounties never caught you, though they did try. There were wanted posters pasted up as far as Niagara Falls. Break it off with Evan and leave Crimson, and maybe I won't tell. Ha! The things I've seen, the things I've done, you don't frighten me, you old hag. I will get nothing, and you will get nothing, do you hear me? I will make sure of that. and Skagway was lawless because people looked the other way. But up here, there was no one to see what could happen. Watch out. Oh. Nessa puts the drinking pitcher, deliberately knocking over the ball of broth. Nessa then buffs the drinking glass clean with a white handkerchief. I figured as much, silly little gold digger. You watch out. She needs to leave. She is not welcome here. You clean up the spill and decide to take the empty bowl back downstairs for Jack to wash. Merci, Button Bowl Cup. Mademoiselle, you were so helpful. I don't have much of an appetite right now anyway. This water's enough for me. Jack's a good man. He works so hard every day, but there's so much to do. Evan ought to hire another man to help Jack, but there's no money for that. Really? Okay, once I'm done here, I'm gonna call it a night. You hand the empty bowl back. Thanks, miss. Really appreciate the help. Tell you what, I'll brew you up a cup of tea and bring it to you in the conservatory. Gee, thanks. You head to the conservatory. Nathan and Kimmy are still talking about birds. You had no idea anyone could be so keen about a topic. Jack brings you a piping hot cup of chomay tea from flowers he grew himself. The combination of the warm tea, the comfy couch, and the slightly boring conversation lull you to sleep. You happily doze on the couch until you are awoken by a commotion upstairs. You head towards the source of the noise and find yourself in Nessa's room. You rush into the room to find Nessa and Evan standing nearly nose to nose in a heated conversation. Oh dear. Oh, hi, Nancy. Someone stole my ruby brooch.